rolling. What is going on, YouTube? Just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. We got my TikTok friends here. TikTok, say what up to YouTube. YouTube, say what up to TikTok. Let's get rocking and rolling. I just posted some gem videos on the page today. Last video going over why reviews are so important. And then the second to last video going, I shared a little new business that one of my buddies just started. I think it's super dope. I think it's pretty inspiring just because you literally see an idea turn into a reality, an idea turn into a real business. He started what I think is the very first mobile photo booth in a Volkswagen bus. I remember he would call me and he was talking to me about the buses and the loans and just like all the different things to get that business started. And then I went down to Tennessee, which is a great place, in my opinion, to have a business like that. Went down to Tennessee, actually for his engagement party, and I got to see the bus, got to take some pictures in it. It's such a cool concept. And that's what happens when you take action on your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. It literally becomes a reality. Awarab, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you and everybody in the live vibing. It reminds me a bit, anytime I see someone starting a new venture, it reminds me of when I started selling on Amazon. Just simply an idea. I don't talk about this a lot, but before I started selling on Amazon, before Amazon was going to be the North Star, the business that I was about to start, I can't say what it was exactly just because of terms of service, but it was a flavored air company, if you can catch my drift there. So I was going to start a flavored air company. This is when those brands Fix and Jewel were really popping, if anybody remembers those. And I was like, oh, I'll do something like Jewel. I'll be their competitor. God's plan, yo. God's plan that I didn't start that business. I'll explain why I'm happy I didn't in a second. I remember even one of my cousins, not my cousins who mentored me, a different cousin, he offered to be my business partner, and he was going to give me a loan of like $5,000, and we were going to go 50-50 on it. And then my cousins who were my mentors, they were supportive of the idea of me starting a business, but they were like, hey man, you shouldn't go into business with someone just because they're cutting you a check. They were the ones who taught me like bootstrap it, like save up the money if you have to, wait an extra 2-3 months in order to achieve that. So I took their advice, and I also decided not to launch the flavored air company for multiple reasons. Like I would have hated for a product that I put out into the world being something that like gave people health problems and caused people health problems. So God's plan that didn't happen. But then very shortly after is when it was like, okay, I'm going to launch my very first Amazon product. And it was a complete polar opposite. It was like flavored air. And then I went to supplements. So like one was harming, one was beneficial, and it was the best journey. Anas, thank you, sir. And Sane, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Just went out of stock. Luke, completely mistimed my reorder. It's all good, Jay. Is your product at least being produced? It happens, bro. You're on your second order, right? It's almost expected that you'll run out of stock your first few times. Lost, thank you for sharing the live, my brother. Y'all, if we get to 2K likes, which it actually surprises me when we don't hit the like goal, because it's literally like if everybody just hit the screen for 5 seconds, we would pretty much achieve it. But if we get to 2K likes and 30 shares, I will show live Amazon sales for the day. If we get to 5K likes and 50 shares, we will go over, I'll let you guys choose, either live product research, or we'll go over finding suppliers in other countries other than China due to these tariffs. Do you vapoodle now? I do not. I did up until a couple years ago. Now I'm on the Monica Lewinsky's, which I don't recommend or I don't condone either, but it's better than flavored air. So should I order different sample if I wasn't satisfied with the one I picked? Yes, Angel, sorry. That is the whole point of getting product samples, to test the quality. If the quality isn't what you would want, then you would want to source from a different manufacturer, or talk to that same manufacturer and say, hey, listen, we want a better quality product. I don't do wholesale, JD. I do the best business model on Amazon, private label, the most evergreen business model, the most profitable business model, the business model that when you create a business that you can go and sell that business one day because you actually own the IP and you're not selling Lysol or Nike or Adidas or whatever brands that you don't own the IP to. There's nothing proprietary about arbitrage and wholesale. It's the lowest barrier to entry to start selling on Amazon, in my opinion. It's a good start for some people who want to get their feet wet in terms of like arbitrage and they don't have the capital to start private label. But if you want to play with the big boys and you want to create a brand and you want to run a real business, well, let me backtrack that. Arbitrage is still a real business. Wholesale is still a real business. But if you want to play with the big boys and own a real brand, that's where private label comes in. I own the IP, I own the listing, I own the product. You know, if you take it a step further, which I don't do for my products, but if you're inventing and patenting products and stuff, you quite literally own that. I own the listing. Nobody can go on my product listing on Amazon. I don't have to reprice items and stuff. It is the superior business model on Amazon. Even ask AI. Ask AI what the superior business model on Amazon is, and it will tell you private label, especially if you're considering profitability, conversion, and owning the entity. Guys, no need to spam, please. Oh, wait, that wasn't even spam. Just kidding. Just kidding. Do you do mentorships? Yes, I do have the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program in the TikTok bio. All of these lives, all of my videos, I have 1,000+ videos. It's all for free. I don't gatekeep any information or anything like that, but the mentorship is for those who wanted a more in-depth guide and to have me as a mentor. How are you dealing with the manufacturers and the tariffs? We're switching manufacturing. That's going to be the main way that we are dealing with the tariffs. I'm actually overall kind of optimistic about these tariffs. Outside of, I just heard that TikTok might go dark this Sunday because of the tariffs. So I don't know if that's true. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I heard that from somebody, but then I tried to find sources on it, but I couldn't find it. But nonetheless, it is something that's going around. But outside of that, I don't think that these are a bad thing for two reasons. One, I think that they're a negotiation tactic that's going to even the playing field, and I don't think that they're here to stay. Let's assume that they are. If they are, it's going to be good for my business. How many? I mean, like, you got to think, like, there's going to be so many sellers who just drop off. I'm not even talking about, like, people learning to sell on Amazon, but, like, in the current markets that I sell in, give it 3 months if these tariffs stay, and sellers will start dropping like flies. They're going to run out of their inventory. They're not going to be able to sustain reorders. There's going to be people who don't even try to switch manufacturing. I actually, got a message the other day and was like, hey, how do I sell on Canada instead of the US? I want to move my products to Canada because of the tariffs. I thought that was an interesting perspective. Like, you're willing to put in the work to completely change the platform that you sell on and move away from the #1 e-commerce platform in the world, or Amazon is still Amazon, but the #1 market on Amazon in the world, instead of just putting in that time to switch manufacturing. So those who were always destined to navigate obstacles in business, those people will win in these times of tariffs. And those who were never destined to win in business, I know it's kind of harsh to say that. I don't mean to be arrogant or anything like that. I'm not trying to sound pretentious. But those who were never destined to win in business, they're going to not be in business anymore. But that's okay. They were not destined to be entrepreneurs. Jay Name, thank you so much for sharing the live, my brother, one of the mentorship students. These tariffs won't last. I agree, but then also you always have to expect the worst, hope for the best. So in this scenario, I hope and I assume, my guess, if I had to bet, would be that they won't last past 12 months. I've heard people say like next week. I think that's a little wild because I just don't think so. My prediction, this is a prediction. It could very well be wrong. I think they go up to 400% before they go away. Yo, can you re-explain how e-commerce businesses owners are getting around the tariffs? Finding different manufacturing. There's people who are doing other things to get around it, but I'm not going to speak on that because those are not ethical ways to do it. We only talk about ethical things here. But the number one way is going to be switching your manufacturing to another country. I also saw a video about somebody giving a perspective that Chinese manufacturers are all going to drop off of Amazon because, you know, they're not going to be able to sustain themselves. That's not really true. The only way that that will become true is if the US government changes how they tariff items, because as it stands right now, Chinese manufacturers are not going to pay those tariffs. They have no accountability to US law, and they're going to do workarounds to get around those tariffs. So I'm not looking at it as a benefit for manufacturers getting off of Amazon because they're here to stay. That's just inevitable. I'm looking at it as a benefit because there will be some sellers in my category, in my niche, who just tend to drop off. My FBA account is blocked for a while without start selling the required invoices and receipts. Yes, that is one of the requirements of selling on Amazon. You got to provide that. It's like there's a list of things that Amazon requires. If you can't adhere to that, then you know you don't get to play. If you can't play by the rules, then you don't get to play the game. Essentially. I'm getting a call. Let me text my buddy. Private label or wholesale? Private label all day, every day. It is the best business model on Amazon. It's the more evergreen business model on Amazon. I can ask AI right now what's better, private label or wholesale, for profitability, for an evergreen business, and for a business that I can make an exit on. All three things which I would want. I want to own the IP of my business. I want to have a higher profit. And I want the more evergreen business model. I'm not in business to have to switch what I'm doing like you have to always pivot, but I'm not trying to switch my products and find new products and do all these things as a requirement for me to be successful in that business model or not. Oh, this is dope. So this is actually really dope. This is going to be off the cuff right now. So my buddy who just called me, the issue is reviews, bro. That's not even an issue. I launched the product last week and I already have 20 reviews. How is that an issue? Okay, so my buddy just texted me, or he called me, and this is one of my buddies who's creating, should I leak it right now? I've already leaked it, but he told me to call this number. Call the number I'm about to send. Your viewers might find it cool. Should we call it? I don't know if I can call it on my laptop. Can I? No, I can't. Can I? Hold on. Oh, wait, can I FaceTime it? FaceTime audio. Let's try it. Is it working? Can you call a regular number on Mac? This is something for AI, so I think it would be really dope to show everybody. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, I have to use Skype. Okay, hold on. I have to verify Skype. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, let's sign in. So he created, this is also mentorship students. If you're in here, this is going to be sick for you guys because I'm building this for you guys. I don't know if this is what is being built, but let's see. Oh my gosh, I have to download Skype. This is too much work. Get Skype for Mac. Let's do it. Or can I just FaceTime audio? If I can't FaceTime audio, then I give up. Okay, we might have to do it after. I wanted to show this. I'm excited. I got excited. I hyped it up, and now we can't do it. Let's see. Call. Okay, how about this? Hold on. We're going to go to the App Store. We're going to download Skype. We're going to get Skype going, and I'll get back to questions while I do this. But let's see if we can make it happen. All right. Well, in the meantime, what type of product? What type of selling are you doing on Amazon? Private label. How was your first year selling on Amazon? So before I started selling on Amazon, I was sleeping on my best friend's couch, didn't have a car, didn't have my license, was making $13 an hour. My first year selling on Amazon, within 1 month, I had the #1 bestseller badge. I was making $10,000 a month in top line revenue profitably. By the 6-month mark, I was doing 5 figures in profit monthly. And within 1 year, I had my very own car. It was a Honda Civic. I had my very own car, my own place, and was able to leave my job. Jay, thank you for sharing the live, my guy. Appreciate you. Remember, if we get to 2K likes, 30 shares, I'll show live Amazon. Oh, we already got the 2K likes. So 30 shares, I'll show live Amazon sales for the day. If we hit 5K likes and 50 shares by the 30-minute mark of me being live, then we'll either do live product research, or go over how to find manufacturers in other countries. Jay, thank you so much for sharing the live again. Gene, thank you so much for the follow. How do tariffs impact your business? It's going to be a non-factor for me because, well, not a non-factor. I'm switching manufacturing to another country who will have lower tariffs, and it's really not going to affect my business that much. What's the average profit margin? For private label, like 25 to 30%. On this account, we run 40% after everything. What countries have you visited so far? Egypt, Mexico, Singapore, a lot of different places in Indonesia. A few spots in Thailand. I guess also a few spots in Mexico. Few spots in Europe. Greece, London, Egypt. Quite a few islands or countries in the Caribbean. Maybe like 10 there. Puerto Rico, I know I'm going to blank on others. I know I'm blanking on others. There's like 5-ish or more. But those are some of the main ones that I remember. What's your top loss on this account? 8%. Have you been to the UAE yet? Nah. Dubai is one of the countries that's like I have the least. Dubai, respectfully, I say this, by the way. Dubai and India are probably the 2 countries that I have the least desire to go to. Even Abu Dhabi, like I don't know. I don't like cities. So like the UAE does not appeal to me at all. I don't care about how big your skyscrapers are and stuff. I'm sure it's beautiful, beautiful culture, beautiful people, but catch me on an island, son. Perlaperlist, thank you so much for the follow. How does it work? Step 1, create an Amazon seller account. Step 2, get a product research software. Step 3, find a potential product to sell. What you like to do in your free time? Hang out with the fam. I also do work a lot, but hang out with the fam, travel. I do take a lot of trips. Like last year, no exaggeration, probably went to Vegas at least 30 times. How big a gym goer are you? Very big. I go every day. Right now I'm not as dialed in. I'm more on like the just be healthy fitness vibe. I'm probably like 30 pounds lighter than I was at my peak. But that was a whole job when I was my biggest. But yeah, I love the gym. The gym actually was one of the things that kind of saved my life in a weird way because, and I recommend everybody go to the gym. Like if you're an entrepreneur and you're not active, like you're probably not the best version of an entrepreneur that you can be. Before I started my business, the first good habit that I had implemented that kind of started to change the trajectory of my life was the gym, because I would wake up, hit the za, play Call of Duty, eat some cereal, and then go to work. But then with the gym, it was that little piece of positivity in my life. It got dopamine flowing, the good energy. It made me feel better about myself. It made my mind get more on track. And so like there's days where that's not a rest day, because I'll take Sundays as a rest day. If it's not a rest day and I, for some reason, don't go to the gym, my whole day is thrown off. Hi, Luke. What up? What up? On this account, yes. This account is a low-ticket item, apparel. On new products that I launch nowadays, I have a minimum of a $30 selling price, but this account was established about 4 or 5 years ago. So the game was different and the criteria was different. Do you invest all the profit back into the business? No, not all of it. I take distributions nowadays. If I wasn't making any money from business, business wouldn't be doing so good. Any ideas how to find smaller warehouse for what? Like a warehouse that you need to get into, like to rent? Just Google. Gym is the best thing. Lifting is my favorite thing to do. Yeah, same. I do recommend it to everyone. You don't got to be a bodybuilder or anything like that. Just, go hit a 30-minute workout. Go get the blood flowing. Go get your mind right. In fact, 90% of the successful people that I know go to the gym. I plan to start, but is it the right time to start with the current tariff? Thank you. AB, there are going to be people who are starting no matter what, my friend. So while there's all the people with the uncertainty, should I start now? There will always be uncertainty, bro. Always. Back in 2023, FBA fee increases. When Temu came out, where people were like, is this the right time to start selling on Amazon? Like, there are so many events that happen that it's just, I would never take that. I would take it with a grain of salt. Learn to navigate the tariffs. Don't let the tariffs be the reason why your business fails. It's the same concept, bro. Have you guys heard any Amazon seller who's successful come on and say, guys, I'm going out of business because of the tariffs? Because if no big Amazon seller, established Amazon seller, one who understands the game is talking about, I'm going out of business, if they're fine, then don't you think new sellers are going to be just as fine too? I think it is all good. Obviously, I'm not like trying to be like, just get your products from China and don't worry about it and just pay the tariffs. That's not what I'm saying. Learn to navigate that. I have videos on it as well. I don't have a customer support specialist, but I don't need one. What category do you generally play in? All categories. We do health and household, office products, baby products, toys and games, home and kitchen. What's your favorite meal of all time? Sushi, probably. Big fan of sushi. Do you take pre-workout? My caffeine tolerance is crazy high. No, I stopped taking pre-workout a while ago. I have a heart murmur. I have a bunch of things wrong with me. Well, it's not really wrong with me. It's harmless, thank God. But I have a little hole in my heart. And so even though it's there's not like a correlation between the two, I've always just wanted to take really good care of my heart, at least as an adult. I used to be on the craziest pre-workout kicks, bro, like probably like an unsafe amount that we used to take. But I'm over it now. I'm just on the black coffee in the morning, no sugar, no creamer, and that's my pre-workout. I thought Amazon FBA was saturated. Zan, if Amazon FBA is too saturated, brother, then you should never go apply for a job because there's going to be other people applying for it. It's too saturated. You shouldn't tell your kids to go to college or to compete in sports because there's other people competing. It's too saturated. If Amazon is too saturated, then, you shouldn't walk to the gym. There's too many people competing to be strong there. It's too saturated. You should never open up a McDonald's franchise. You should never open up an In-N-Out franchise. Nobody should ever open up a Subway franchise. There's too many Subways out there. No, essentially, if Amazon FBA, the largest e-commerce platform in the world, is too saturated, then we should all do nothing, because if you think about it, everything in life is saturated. Nobody should ever go, you shouldn't become an athlete. You shouldn't try to be the best version of yourself. It's kind of like when Michael Jordan was coming up, or Kobe Bryant was coming up, or LeBron James was coming up. Did they sit and say, there's too many basketball players, there's too much competition, I shouldn't be that? Or did Kobe go and be the first one in the gym and the last one to leave? Did he find a way to set himself apart from all the other competition in the marketplace, aka the game? Did he figure out a way to be the best version of himself? If you go in and half A it, like I used to play football, I was not good. When I was like a fresh, or when I was young, I was like, I'm going to go and get a college scholarship. Little did I know that I was not that athletic in football. So was I going to achieve greatness by being average? Average being defined as less than extraordinary in most dictionaries? No. Who's going to be less than extraordinary and go on to create extraordinary things? So just like all things in life, it's not about just half-aing it, doing the bare minimum. Oh, I'm just going to launch a product on Amazon and I'll be successful. You find a way to be better than everybody. You stand out your product and differentiate from the competition. You add value into the market. You create a better product listing than everybody. You run better PPC ads than everybody. That is business in a nutshell. You be better. Scrub Daddy, $340 million in top-line revenue last year in 2024. They're a sponge company. A sponge company. If any of you told me I'm going to go sell sponges on Amazon, I'd be like, hey, you probably shouldn't sell that. That's an overplayed market, high average reviews, not something I would get into. If the owners of Scrub Daddy came and told me, listen, Luke, we're going to launch a sponge company, I'd be like, maybe you should think of a different company to start. But they found a way to be better than everybody else, and now they are one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known sponge company in the world. Be better. Don't fear competition, everybody. Learn from the competition. Let's go. Can't find my spot again. What type of sushi? Honestly, bro, I'll eat any sushi. What category is best to start in? A category with good product numbers. There's no such thing as the best. There's good in all of them. Amazon Ireland just opened up. Have my FBA set up. Have my first product and nervous. Let's go. Absolute W, just like soy. God bless you. Wishing you Godspeed on your journey. Absolutely amazing. Hey, we got to 5K likes and 50 shares. What do you guys want to do? Live product research, or do you guys want to go and see how to find manufacturers in other countries? We also hit 2K likes and 30 shares, obviously. So I'm going to show live Amazon sales for the day. W advice. Thank you, sir. Poor mentality. Yes, I agree. What can new seller? I don't do wholesale twin. I do private label, the best business model on Amazon, the one that is more evergreen, the one that has higher profit margins, and the business that I can go on to sell because I own the IP. Jay, thank you for sharing the live. Airstick. It is. Don't try it. You're funny, Airstick. Airstick, one of the mentorship students, and Jay Name, one of the mentorship students up in here. I'm totally okay with people thinking that Amazon is saturated. It works out. So more for us. What are you showing us? Is this your account? Yes. And like I said, since we hit 2K likes and 30 shares, and see, this is why you guys got to hit the like goal and the share goal when I say it, because now on today's live, we're going to show live sales, and we're going to, depending on what you guys vote for, either do live product research or go over how to find manufacturers in other countries. So let's do it. Show you guys sales first. Sorry, YouTube, you guys can't see this. All right, so let's pull this up. Okay, so here we go. We got today, the 18th. Give you guys a little refresh. Also, just so we see it's a real URL there. So we got today, we got yesterday, last 7 days, last 30, looking quite nice. We're so close. Let's see if we get it. Oh, we're 3.2K off from the 1 mil mark right here, which is pretty wild to think about. And then let's do custom. Let's do year to date. Oh, that's not year to date. Hold on. So we'll do year to date. Boom. And then let's do the last year. This is an update to the screenshot that you guys see above. Oh, baby. And plus 10K from when I took the screenshot. How many days ago? 4 days ago. Let's get it. So I'll let you guys vote if you want to do live product research or find manufacturers in other countries. Manufacturers in other countries. Man, I'm so sick of hearing of the tariffs and other manufacturers, countries. Let's do product research. I'm sorry, Jay. Sorry, brother. You guys let me know. We got one for product. Actually, let's do a vote. I'll put up a poll right now. I just have to remember how to do a poll. Poll. There we go. Okay, quick poll. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to vote for which one we're going to do. So, poll, custom, standard. We'll do 1 minute, and then we will edit this. Question: what should we do on live? And then A, product research. I got to spell research right. Still didn't spell it right. Big thumbs. Okay, product research. And then B, we do find manufacturer in other country. Also, Jay, I'm going to send you that invoice after we get off. I forgot. All right, guys. So I don't know how to start that. There we go. Okay, I just put a poll. I don't know where the poll is. It should be like in the top corner. You guys get to vote if we do live product research or find manufacturers. Wow, impressive. Do you sell a course? It's much more than just a course. It is a mentorship program. There's a few students in the live right now who are students, Airstick and JName. How many products have you launched? 40 plus, not just on this account. This is one of a few accounts, but 40 plus, including variations. I don't know why the lighting looks so weird. Do I have to like clean my camera? Oh, that looks better, right? Yeah, it does look better. There we go. Man, how I answered that. Luke, I just got a shipping quote from my supplier. How can I confirm that it's DDP price? Ask them if it's DDP price. The way... Yeah, way too saturated to start now. Too late. You're funny, Airstick. Well, impressive. I answered that. What can I sell as a woman? Yeah, I saw Airstick's response to that. Literally, that's an interesting question. Oh, it showed me the... Guys, I messed up. I'm sorry. It showed me the results for the vote, and I definitely did not look at them. I accidentally exited out. We have to start the poll again. Starting the poll again. Go vote, and we'll do it before we hop off live. I'm sorry. What can I sell as a woman? Yeah, literally. This is the beauty of the internet, you guys, or at least e-commerce. The internet doesn't care if your skin color, it doesn't care your gender, it doesn't care what you look like, it doesn't care nothing. None of that matters. It's actually a non-factor. What can I sell as a woman? What can I sell as a dog? What can I sell as a whatever, you know what I'm saying? As a unicorn, it's all the same. You just find a good product to sell. The marketplace does not care. You went to Cal State University, Fullerton? No, I did not. I lived at the university house right there. That's where I was sleeping on my best friend's couch, though. I didn't go to college. They were going to Cal State, or excuse me, they were going to Fullerton Community College at first. That's why they were living at the university house, him, his brother, and then the roommate. And that is the couch that I was sleeping on when I started my very first Amazon business. Okay, finally, we got the right polls. Okay, sick. I really appreciate that, guys. 50-50. So we got 6 votes, and it's 50-50. So we got to do it again. We'll do it again until we get a winner. So everybody go vote again. Right here. Do you order from Alibaba? Yes, for the most part. Also, y'all, I appreciate anytime anyone gifts. I'm sorry that I don't even say anything, but I also don't pay attention to gifts because I've never withdrawn any money from TikTok in my life. So please don't gift me money. Save that for yourselves. What do you think of water bottle sales? No, not a product that I would sell. Does Amazon accept online retailers invoice for authenticity? If they're an official, not retailers, no. They should, at least they're not supposed to. I was going to vote, but was 50-50. Gift him. This guy's just trolling today. Thanks, Erstic. Appreciate you. Did you start your FBA business alone or did you partner up with someone? I started it alone, but I had mentors, aka my cousins, who taught me how to sell. Start with FBM or FBA. There's no world that I live in where I would ever do FBM. That's me personally. What do you think about eyelash selling? Probably not a product I would sell. If I had to guess, high average reviews, low price, high cost per click. Doesn't meet the criteria, so I wouldn't sell it. Did we do the vote again, or did I forget to do it again? Or is it still going? Oh, it's going. Okay, product research won this time. Sorry, everybody who voted for the other one, but we'll do it another time. If anything, we'll do tomorrow. We'll hit another like goal, and we will get it. We alone in this Amazon game. Yes, sir. You already know. Okay, let me exit out some of these tabs. Let's do some live product research for y'all. YouTube, I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see this part. Sorry that I can't show you guys sales, but on the right-hand side of that dashboard that I show on TikTok, it shows like pictures of our products. So obviously not gonna share that. I have a product ready in China, my supplier, but I don't know if I should pay the final amount or wait. Speak to your freight forwarder. Hi, mate, if I have items without invoice, how can I sell them on Amazon? If you're doing arbitrage and wholesale, you have to get approved to sell products in order to sell them, so you can't. Okay, let me pull up Amazon. We're going to do the Amazon search method today because that's the one that I have the most fun with recently. So I'll let you guys decide. What do we want to look and do product research in? Home and kitchen, office products, baby products, toys and games. What are we thinking? You guys choose. This is going to be completely live, off the cuff. Look at the market and see if you can be profitable. Why eyelashes, ask. It's not just about being profitable. I can be profitable in every single category, but can you stand out, differentiate? Is it a good product market? Okay, so we got home and kitchen twice, so let's do home and kitchen. So step one, and I'm going to show you guys this as soon as okay. Actually, let's screen share on YT. YT, you guys can see the screen. Let me know if you can't. Hopefully we're good. And then TikTok. No, sorry, on the YouTube. I was asking YouTube peak. I haven't flipped this camera around yet. We go live both places, y'all. So just in case TikTok ever does go away one day, y'all know where to find me. YouTube at Luke Basha. I go live there simultaneously as TikTok. And for YouTube, for all of you guys who are in the YouTube live every day, and just even if you're not asking questions and you're just in here vibing, I'd personally rather have people on the YT live than TikTok. It helps out a lot more. My TikTok's already good. I need to get the YouTube popping, baby. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. All right. By the way, YouTube, say what up to TikTok. TikTok, say what up to YouTube. Let me clean this camera so you guys can get a nice little view here. Okay. So we're going to do home and kitchen. Step one is I am going to, oh, whoop, I already messed up. Step one, there we go. We got to stay on the same tab for YouTube. Step one is I'm going to search something generic like home and kitchen. All right. Let's turn the brightness up here too. The product we have to send to the warehouse. If you're doing FBA, yes. How should I pay my supplier? Do I need to pay through Alibaba Trade Assurance? You don't need to, but I highly recommend doing so. All right. So here we are. We are now going to look for a product. People don't buy the same on YT as TikTok. Yeah, I do agree with that. TikTok is just a vibe, bro. So now with this, I am going to look for a product that catches my eye, right? It doesn't matter if it's on page 1 or page 2 or page 3. We're simply trying to find a product that caught my eye. I already found one. So we're going to roll with this, but we have, and there's a method behind this madness that I'll explain in a second. Why did this just pop up? Hey, there we go. So private label is better 10 times out of 10, bro. I'll go real quick before I keep going. I will hop into a live or a debate with any, I don't care who they are. They could be the #1 arbitrage seller on the face of this planet. I will hop in a live or a debate with any arbitrage or wholesale seller. You guys tell them Luke Basha wants to talk. And I, on live, recorded so that so everything can be on record, I will debate with them why private label is the best business model on Amazon. Without a doubt, I've done this before, and I come out on top. It's easy for these arbitrage and wholesale guys to tell everybody who doesn't sell on Amazon how it's the better business model. But if they were to get on a live with me or debate with me, and I start talking analytical points about how private label is better, not because of my feelings. Okay, Airstick, you're driving me crazy right now, brother. Airstick is just trying to go opposite of everything I say today. God bless you, brother. But anyways, analytical reasons for every single one of their points that they make as to why those other business models are allegedly better than private label. They're going to say that, oh, you don't need to run ads. I'll give an analytical reason as to why private label is better because you have to run ads. They'll say you already have to, you get to sell products that are already in existence. And I'll give you analytical reasons as to why that's not a beneficial thing for you as a seller. They'll talk about you sell brand names that already exist, and I'll give you analytical reasons as to why it's better to create your own IP, create your own brand rather than selling somebody else's brand. So you guys tell all the arbitrage and wholesale sellers, Luke Basha wants to talk. I guarantee you, not a single one of them will want to do it. Actually, I don't guarantee because there's been one who did. He's the homie, Seller Central Boys, but he was the only one who was willing to get in a debate with me. We had a great debate. It was a very friendly conversation, but I still feel like at the end, I showed that private label was better. But like I said, he's the homie, super cool dude. Okay, so cheaper startup cost doing RA. That's the one thing that I wouldn't argue. But outside of that, when is cheaper better? Because I'll make more money than somebody who does arbitrage. In fact, I have to pause this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on a rant. I know somebody who does $40 million a year with wholesale. $40 million a year in wholesale at an average 10% profit, which means that they do about $4 million in profit a year. This year, I think that we're actually going to pass that. But last year was about close to 9 M's in top line revenue, which is 3 M's in profit. We did 1/4 of their top line revenue and nearly made as much profit as them. We also have the same products that we've been selling year over year, week over week, won the buy box day in and day out for those products and had growth on those products year over year over year. Arbitrage and wholesale sellers cannot say that at all. Find me an arbitrage and wholesale seller that does not have exclusive rights on their product, who not account growth, who has had growth on a product year over year for multiple years on end. It doesn't exist. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to what we were doing. Actually, before we do that, let me go get my charger because my phone's at 3% and I would rather go get it now before we're in the middle of doing live product research, but we're still going to do live product research. Just wait 30 seconds because I have to go get another charger because my other charger is used for recording. You would think with all the chargers that I have at home now that I would keep 2 chargers by my workstation, considering this happens every single time, but I don't. So when will I learn? We shall see. Okay. Sorry for that rant. We just had to say it. I genuinely would love, please find somebody who does arbitrage and wholesale who will debate with me. I am a master. No, I'm not going to say that. I was just kidding. All right, let's go. Why not show the products you sell? Why on God's green earth would I ever show the products that I sell? What benefit to me? What benefit to me? Because that's really what I care about. What benefit to me does it have showing my products to anybody? Oh, wait. Oh, no net benefit to me? Then why would I do it? It's like, Luke, why don't you walk outside when in the middle of traffic? Well, that wouldn't make any sense because it would probably be a net negative to me. Brother, I don't need to be a bigger authority. I consider myself one of the most, the #1 guys at private label on the internet. I don't need to be transparent. I show you guys my numbers. I show live numbers. And by the way, 99% of the people, including I'm probably sure Iman, respectfully, why would somebody sees the numbers? I show live numbers. I refresh the page. I show you how much I make. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, these are the products I sell, so that people can literally go and sell the products that I sell. No net benefit at all. So and also, brother, if no one copies you, that means no one's watching you. It's almost guaranteed that somebody will copy you. But let's go back to live product research. We're going to focus on the positive vibes. Back to it. That's what I'm saying, bro. People want things for free. They're like, why don't you share your products? Because that literally makes 0 sense. Find me people in the Amazon community who don't trust what I say about Amazon. I don't need to establish any other authority that I do because I don't gatekeep any information. I'm not the guy that I'm not the guy who shows you the flashy lifestyle. I'm the guy who shows you the things that I did to achieve the lifestyle. I'm not even a flashy lifestyle guy. So I'm all analytical, no gatekeeping, and there's literally 0 reason in God's green earth to do it. So back to it. We're going to find a product that catches our eye. The product that caught my eye is the electric food warming lamp. I'll explain why this one caught my eye after we go through the numbers. So first thing that we want to do is identify the main keyword for this product. It's likely going to be the first few keywords in the title. So something like food warming lamp. I've been doing this a while, so I know that that's the main keyword, but I'll show you guys how to verify that. So we're going to go here. We're going to search food warming mat. Actually, we'll just do M. I'll show you guys here. No, bro, he does have copycats on Amazon. That's why what he's saying is nonsense. In fact, anybody who sells on Amazon and shares their product on Amazon knows. In fact, you want to know why I know this? Because another private label guy who has like 40K subscribers on YT, he's also known as a very analytical person. He shares his product and he's talked about how people literally copy his product. So it's like, it's almost like ignorance to think like, oh, I'm going to share my product and nobody's going to copy it. So I have a product research software. I'm using Helium 10, right? And the reason that I bring that up is because I want to identify the main keyword of this product. Main keyword being the keyword that is the most relevant, that has the highest search volume. So when we look right here, food warming M, we see food warming mat, 8,000 search volume. Nothing else has search volume higher, and this is the most relevant keyword to our listing. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And now it brings us to the page of all the different food warming mats on Amazon. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our helium-10 X-ray extension. Bro, confidence and ignorance are, not not too far off from each other. So we'll just leave it at that. So we're going to pull up our helium-10 X-ray extension. And this is going to show me, you guys can do Jungle Scout, it doesn't really matter. You just need some kind of product research software. But this is going to show me the numbers for the product in this market. It's glitching right now, so let me refresh. Come on, helium-10, you're embarrassing me. All right, so it's going to show us all the metrics for all the products here on page 1. We have search volume, total revenue, average price, average reviews. Now, that first step that I showed you guys, where we're going and searching something generic, and then we're going to go through, we're going to find something that catches our eye. That is step 1. That is not the product research. We don't know if this product is good or not. So that leads us into phase 2, which is analyzing the potential product. So here's what I'm looking at. Search volume is the first thing we're going to see. Search volume above 2K is what we want. We also want to make sure that it's not a seasonal product. This definitely has a really big spike in Q4. But I would say that this is still a pretty standard search volume. If anything, it is a little bit of a higher peak. I will admit that. But I wouldn't call this seasonal because the search volume still comes off pretty strong after December. Plus, we're also looking at this product in April, so it gives us a good gauge on how well this product does outside of those holiday seasons. Now, total revenue, I'm looking for a product that has at least 200K. Sweet, it meets that criteria. Average revenue, I want a product that has the potential to make 10K plus a month. Usually you'll see that range from like 8 to 10K with the average revenue. So we see 40K, we're good. Average price for products that I look for nowadays is over $30. So we see 41, that's solid. We also see average reviews is 371. I'm looking for a product that has under or around 500 average reviews. So we see that we're good right here. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my filters. You always want to, it automatically does this now, but just in case, you want to make sure that before you look at those numbers that I did, that you turn or hide sponsored products. And then we're also going to go ahead and go to our review count right here. We're going to type in max 200 and apply. And from here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to look at revenue, and we're going to organize it by most to least by having the arrow facing down. I like to do parent level revenue. You can also cross-reference with ASIN level revenue. But here, I want to make sure that 20% of sellers under 200 reviews, so 20% of 31, are making at least 10K plus a month. Why? Because I want to see a market where low reviewed sellers are performing good. It doesn't do anything for me if only the sellers on page 1 all have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 reviews, have the lowest price, because I'm not going to be able to compete with those. But I am going to be able to compete. Oh, hold on, I got to do a puzzle to stay on live. Okay, puzzle unlocked. But what I can compete against is, a seller like this, do it with 33 reviews, or a seller like this with 87 reviews, or a seller like this with 30 reviews, all doing, ready, let's look at the revenue, all doing over 10K plus a month. Now, the reason why I purposely chose this product when analyzing is because I knew that this product was electronic, and I'm not going to just give away a free product for all of you on the live. Although this product does meet every single one of my criteria points, the thing that it does not meet is it is an electronic product, and electronic products generally have the highest return rate on Amazon, and you have to account that into your margin. So 12% return rate is going to cut into your margins pretty significantly. And so I avoid electronic products. But ladies and gentlemen, that is how I do product research on Amazon. Quite literally, the first product that I looked at, outside of it being electronic, met my product criteria. Product research is a numbers game, so whether that first product is it or that 10th product is it, just keep looking, rinse and repeat that process. And if with that, the product didn't meet the criteria because it's electronic, I'm going back to the page of Home and Kitchen on Amazon and I'm rinsing and repeating that process. How much do you need to start? I would say 3K. I spent 8K in my private label business so far. Very expensive. Well, you probably launched either an expensive product. You've probably spent a lot on PPC, which you didn't need. You shouldn't have if you weren't converting well, or you ordered more units than you necessarily should have. I just launched a product on Amazon. Cost of goods and shipping, $2,700. Corporation, to get the corporation set up, and that's not even to launch the product, but I'm going to talk about all business expenses. That was $200. So let's actually pull the calculator up. We'll do exact numbers. So we spent $974 a unit times 200 units, $19.48. Then we spent $4.05 per unit on shipping, which comes out to $8.10. So, $19.48 plus $8.10. Then we spent $200 to get our corporation for the business set up. So now we're at $29.50. And then we spent $150 on product samples, but we did get some of those reimbursed, but let's still call it $150. It's okay. So now we have $31. And then we got our product listing made, which is valued at, because we got the pro package with AMZ Masterclass optimized. So let's value that at $1,125. So now for product listing, for our corporation to get set up, for our inventory and shipping, we're at $4,200. And then we also got a trademark, which cost us $950. So all in, and some of this isn't even for the product itself, it's for the account. We spent $5,183. For just the product, it was $3,000. So not too bad. Nobody wants to work and earn anything. They want to give it up for free. Yes. Tiki, thank you so much for the follow. Pritesh, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. You are one of the top guys, though. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Arbitrage is just a stepping stone to eventually do private label. I don't even agree with that perspective. How is it? The only reason it's a stepping stone is because they're both on Amazon as a platform. But you don't really learn much that's going to translate to your success for private label from arbitrage. You learn how to list a product on Amazon, how to create a shipment, and how to navigate Seller Central. I can learn all of that in 30 minutes. I don't need to start a whole different business model to use it as a stepping stone to figure something out that, again, I can learn in 30 minutes. It's cool for people who don't have the capital to start private label and just want to get into Amazon, get into e-commerce, but it's not, I wouldn't call it a stepping stone. It's not a progression. It's not like I graduated from arbitrage. Do you sell on Shopify also? Yes. See you, great. Thank you so much for the follow. Chinese sellers will replicate your product with fakes also. Yes, 100%. J-Lo, thank you so much for the follow. Helium, Halo, and Jungle Scout didn't work. Amazon Ireland and don't have no plans to. Use ChatGPT, Soy, and ask what the equivalent of Helium 10 is that you can use in Ireland. Have you used Smart Scouts before? Game changer? No, I'm not a fan. The owner of Smart Scout literally is in my DMs like every other week trying to get me to use it instead of the other ones. How should we calculate tariffs to our product cost when we were doing product research? You're going to figure all that out once you start getting quotes. And the thing is, look for manufacturers in other countries too, and speak with your freight forwarders, you guys. Diamond, thank you so much for the follow. Keith, thank you so much for the follow. Herring, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate all of you, everybody in the live. Y'all make sure that you go show some love to my last few videos. And if you guys like the lives, like the videos, got value, and want an even more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, my exact A through Z guide, and to have me as a mentor along your whole journey and actually have a mentor, Sir Seal told me about you. Hey, let's go, Herring. I love that. Sir Seal is the man. But be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. God bless y'all, and I will see you soon.